Hello again, welcome to lesson number 4. In this lesson, we will be looking at what do business analysts do. I think it's worth mentioning at the start that depending on the size of the project, depending on the funding available for the project, depending on the number of resources or individuals on the project, the role of a BA may differ. So it might be less, it might be more. But I thought I'd mention that just so if you get told to do more than we have in this list, you won't be surprised. Okay, so the first thing that BAs do, or the most important activities that BAs carry out, is called requirements engineering. And this is where they understand the needs of the business. And requirements engineering include a couple of steps, from requirements elicitation, which is where they extract the information or the needs of the business from key business users, through to requirements analysis. This is where they analyze the information they've gathered, through to documentation. This is where they document the information they've gathered in a way that the technical team will understand. And finally, through to requirements validation, which is where they validate and make sure that the information they've captured is accurate, is valid, it represents the needs of the business. Now, after that, you go into requirements management. So that's all part of the requirements engineering process. Another key activity that business analysts take part in is called business process analysis and improvement. This is where they analyze the processes within the organization to either document those processes or identify ways of improving those processes. Business analysts also take part in data analysis. This is where they look at the data, the sources of the data, the targets for the data, and whatever transformation the data goes through. So business analysts take part in analyzing data within an organization or within a particular system or within a particular project. Another key activity that business analysts carry out is system analysis. So this is where they analyze a particular system and in most cases gauge its suitability to meet the needs of the business. BAs can also, or business analysts can also take part in feasibility analysis. This is where they analyze the feasibility of a solution, or the feasibility of an option, or the feasibility of an idea of a new product. So they spend some time using techniques such as SWOT analysis, gap analysis, etc. to assess feasibility of different options or different initiatives. And also BAs carry out day-to-day activities such as create documents, create their deliverables. They do identify, analyze, and manage stakeholders throughout the project life cycle. They understand the business needs, they present information. So part of the role of a BA is to obtain information and also to present information or communicate information to other members of the stakeholder group. BAs do solve problems, so they help in using some core BA techniques and BA tools to solve problems. They also coordinate user acceptance testing and take part in many more activities. Like I said initially, this is not an exhaustive list, but it kind of gives a flavor of some of the activities a BA takes part in. Depending on the size of the project, they could be taking part in more or in less of these activities. I've actually worked on projects where you have BAs focused specifically on requirements engineering, or BAs focused specifically on process analysis and improvement, or BAs focused specifically on systems analysis. So it all depends on the organization you find yourself in or you work with, and also, more importantly, the number of people on the team, because if there are more people, then there is an opportunity for BAs to focus on BA activities. But if there are less people, then you might find a BA doing more than the core BA activities, including even acting as a project manager on projects. Okay, so I hope that provides a flavor of what business analysts do. The next lesson we'll be looking at what are the business analysis deliverables. So stay tuned. See you in the next lesson.